Denver 7 News starts right now.
And we begin with Hurricane Harvey, which made landfall last night as a monster. Category 4 hurricane. This is a live look from the shores there now. It is a Category 1 now with sustained winds of up to 80 miles an hour. The storm hit at night, so it won't be until now where we start seeing some aftermath along the shores.
Hey there, Broncos country, saddle up. The team gets ready to play their first home game tonight at Mile High Stadium. We take you into the buzz surrounding the game and the big storylines.
And singers in Colorado, today's your chance to possibly be the next American Idol. We are live at auditions as people line up this morning.
But first, we continue to follow breaking news. Hurricane Harvey bearing down on Texas. We're going to be monitoring live pictures all morning, as you can see here.
Hurricane Harvey is now being classified as a Category 1 storm. It is packing historic rainfall, knocking down everything in its path. Here's Natasha Barrett live on the ground in Houston. Good morning.
Good morning. There's a steady rain here in Houston right now, but that doesn't mean it's over with yet. Hurricane Harvey not done with what it could do to this city and the state of Texas. We have seen it all this morning. We have seen thunder, rain, strong winds, and tornadoes. Now emergency officials say even though it's becoming daylight, the sun is up, you can see what's going on, and people, might be eager to get outside, to stay inside because Harvey's not done yet. Hurricane Harvey roaring onto the Gulf Coast.
The best way I can describe it is a tin can being kicked down the road.
The strongest in the U.S. in more than a decade.
This is not anything that's going to be a quick one and done. We're not measuring in inches of rain, we're measuring in feet of rain.
Residents of Texas, Mississippi, and Louisiana getting hit the hardest. Rockport, Texas, right in its path. Trees tossed onto roads, buildings destroyed. Emergency crews facing difficulties responding to the damage.
I fear we're gonna really see some severe damage. We haven't been able to get out and see what we got going, but it's not looking good.
The mayor there urging those who stayed behind to write their name and social security number on their arms with a Sharpie. Residents of Corpus Christi under a voluntary evacuation order. Winds so powerful, they blew off this highway sign.
It's a constant howl out there. You hear the wind, you don't really hear the rain, even though the rain's going on. But the wind's definitely going. You can hear the boards on the house shaking.
Look at the panels.
Winds so fierce they rattled the ceiling tiles at our affiliate KI. In Taft, Texas, a tree branch fell through this woman's home. The governor activating up to 1,700 members of the National Guard and pleading with residents who didn't evacuate to have a plan.
They need to be prepared to be without power and maybe have inadequate access to food and supplies for a couple of days.
Early this morning, a possible tornado touched down just southwest of Houston in the suburb of Missouri City. A roof of a family's home collapsed. Haven't heard of any injuries there yet. And at last check, before we went on, I checked the numbers of people without power in this area. That number is nearing 300,000 homes now without power. Main concern still to come, with all the rain still to come, is possible flooding. No longer is it possible, it's going to happen, meteorologists say here locally. For now, reporting live from Houston, Natasha Barrett, ABC News. Back to you.
Now at 8:03, look at how heavy this rain is through southeastern Texas, and some of the heaviest rainfall now coming in really from Galveston all the way up to the north and west, closer to Houston. And this is where we're going to be focusing probably our attention by Monday into Tuesday. Now, the eye of the storm, again, still a Category 1, but we're likely going to get an update here at 9 o'clock our time as to what these winds are doing. But you can see the eye right there just to the west and northwest of Victoria. Hurricane force winds out about 30-35 miles. And keep in mind, those are sustained at about 80 miles per hour. So a number of alerts. The area in red where we have flash flood warnings. This little red spot there where we're looking at a tornado warning. Also in yellow, tornado watches. And of course, that storm surge alert there along the entire Gulf there on the coast of Texas. So a lot to be watching out for this next few days. And because this storm is sandwiched in between two big ridges of high pressure, it's just going to be moving back and forth through the middle of next week. We'll stay on top of it. And hopefully if you have family there, you're able to contact them and make sure they're okay. Mid-upper 60s here at home. Wow, what a difference. Here in Colorado, blue, clear skies, wind southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And we're looking at a really hot afternoon. We're going to get to near 80, 84 degrees by 11 o'clock in the morning. And then that's going to put us closer to 90 once we hit that high right around 3. We'll be under a mostly sunny sky. Very few isolated storms expected today or tomorrow. And look how warm it stays through the evening. 7 o'clock, we're still in the mid to upper 80s. So coming up, we're going to take a look at what this means for football forecast tonight. Also, the CSU Rams play at 12:30 today. Beautiful new stadium. We'll show you what to expect weather-wise in just a few.
Thank you, Lisa. And of course, we are going to continue tracking this storm throughout the day. Make sure to stay connected with us for the most up-to-date coverage of Hurricane Harvey on our website, thedenverchannel.com.
Breaking overnight, police are looking for an SUV involved in a deadly hit and run in Lodo. One person was hit and killed off 20th and Blake Street right next to Coors Field. DPD says they believe only one SUV was involved, and as they continue to do their investigation, they're asking for your help. That SUV, you can see it here, a black Land Rover with license plate number VXQ677. If you have any info, call Denver Police.
Hey, good morning, Broncos country. You're taking a live look right now over Mile High Stadium. It's the moment we have all been waiting for. The Broncos play their first preseason game at home tonight against the Packers, and Denver 7 sports anchor Allison Mastrangelo gives us a preview of the game, and she also caught up with the Broncos starting quarterback Trevor Siemian.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Denver 7 Sports Extra. I'm Allison Mastrangelo. I hope you've got your orange and blue out because the Broncos are home taking on the Packers tonight for their third preseason game this year. Now the Broncos have picked Trevor Siemian to be their starting quarterback. He'll play the entire first half, and Paxton Lynch will play the rest. So since this is the second time Siemian has won the starting job for the Broncos, will that give him some extra swagger as he takes the field against Green Bay?
You certainly have to understand your role, no doubt, as a quarterback, and leader of the team. You got to embrace that, and I do. But also, I'm just, I'm going to try to be myself, be authentic, be a good teammate, be a good quarterback, and hopefully, guys can rely on me, and that's my mindset.
So make sure to tune in tonight at 5 and 10. We'll be live before the game and after the game. But until then, enjoy your Saturday.
Well, who knew? American Idol. It's back right here on ABC, and this morning people are lining up at the Denver Performing Arts Center to audition.
It looks like there's some talent in that crowd. I could see in Mike's other live shot. Some have been there before, hours before registration opened up, and Denver 7's Mike Iliopoulos joins us live now and tells us what you need to know if you're heading out to audition.
Hey guys, registration is about to begin here at the Performing Arts Center. Some people have been here since 1 a.m. They're coming from all over the Denver metro and even out of state. If you want to audition, you still have time. Those auditions start at 9 a.m. this morning. They will wrap up around 5 p.m. So here are some things you should also know. You must be 15 to 28 years old as of June 11th. You can't be a political candidate, and you can't run for office for a year after the show's finale. Prepare to sing up to 3 songs. If you're coming, you can only bring one friend and a family member to the audition. But if you're under 18, that person must be a parent or legal guardian. And lastly, bring plenty of bottles of water and snacks because you may be outside in line for several hours.
You can be that, barista in the coffee shop. You can be that high school student. You can be, that average person that just has this gift. We're excited to hopefully find the next idol out of Denver or at least the Colorado area.
And American Idol returns on air this winter, but this time it'll be right here on Denver 7. Reporting live in Denver, Mike Iliopoulos, Denver 7.
All right, today will be an important step forward in creating the memorial to the victims of the Aurora Theater shooting. Volunteers with the 720 Memorial Foundation will be unveiling the artist and the design for the memorial.
It's going to be a space where people can come and feel healing and comfort, and it will be a place of remembrance, of course, because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for what had happened that night and the loss of our loved ones.
Now it will include a garden dedicated to each of the people lost in the shooting. It will be built near the Aurora Municipal Center.
Someone is threatening to kill missing dogs in Denver if their owners don't pay a ransom. I cannot believe this. Denver 7 first broke this story, and since then, another pet owner has received a threat. The dog owner's golden retriever puppy went missing Monday, and Thursday, he got a text demanding $500 or, quote, your dog dies. To Carrie McCabe, the threat sounded all too familiar. She's searching for her missing Shih Tzu Buddha and received a text demanding $500. People are warning about this scam on a Facebook group, Lost and Found Dogs of Colorado.
People prey on folks who are having a crisis all the time. When your dog is missing, it's a crisis.
Other common scams are people asking pet owners to pay transport costs for a missing pet, and then they never get the pet. She says also watch out for some pet tracking companies that get people to sign contracts and then don't do anything.
We're still following the fallout from East High School in Denver. The cheer coach has been fired. She's seen in viral video of a cheerleader crying out in pain. The coach holds her into a split position. Superintendent Tom Boasberg says the cheerleading coach should have been fired back in June when this all came out. The district has hired a firm to launch its own investigation to find out if any laws were broken. Many parents are upset that nothing more than a meeting happened after a mother went to the school about what you see in these videos. Boasberg says something like this should never be allowed.
On a personal note, as hard as it was, I have watched all of the videos. And as a superintendent, and as a father, and as an athlete, they are deeply disturbing. What happened was wrong.
School counselors are now working with every cheerleader involved in those videos. A man tries to smuggle in a new pet across the Mexico border into the U.S.
Coming up, you will never believe what Border Patrol agents found in his car that had them calling animal control.
A store employee doesn't back down when armed robbers put a gun in his face. We'll show you what happened.